Good evening. Today I would like to share with you today a ghost story that happened to me earlier this year. Coincidentally, the night of Friday the 13th of January 2017, when I saw a faceless man walking on the side of the road in Santiago Canyon. Now, interestingly, I drove by this spot last night to just film a little bit, to film the location, the stretch of road that I saw it on, and I didn't notice it before. But there's one of those white bicycles there where somebody had died very, very close to that location where I saw this man walking on the side of the road. So I had just gotten off work, and it was about 11:45, almost midnight. I got off at 11. I went for a little bit of a drive after work. I went down Santiago Canyon, pretty much probably to Silverado Canyon or so. And I believe I turned around at that point. I think I was listening to Coast to Coast. It's like, okay, time to head back. You got your extra energy out in a nice night drive. So started driving back, and I'm driving along the road, and this is past the 241 there, so it's coming up here into film in a little bit. I'll see if I can point out the location, but I see this man. He's dressed like 1920s and 30s, where it's like he's wearing like dark flannel shirt and like, I don't think jeans. They just look like regular like pants, like trousers, and he was wearing like a red flannel hat, like the ones that have the wool lining on them that kind of come down over the ears. And I remember driving through here, and it was pretty late. I was in the Hummer, so the headlights are really strong on that car. I believe I had the brights on, and I was driving along. I think you can see there's the white bicycle, and this is right around the area where I saw him. And the road kind of has these gentle curves, and I remember seeing pretty far off. There weren't any other cars. This was late at night. There weren't any coming the other way. There weren't any going my direction either. And I remember seeing this guy, and I remember, oh, there's a dude, and like, oh, okay. And the thing, I flipped my brights on because I didn't want to hit him, and I kind of pulled off to the left because there's a couple lanes there to kind of see him a little bit better. And as the road curved, I remember it lighting him up, and I remember not seeing any facial features or glasses or anything like that. And I remember, oh, it looks like an old man. And as I approached and the headlights turned, I realized he had his hat, he had his flannel shirt, and I slowed down, and he was just walking, completely ignored that I was there, but he had no face. No face whatsoever, just completely blank. So I drove by him, went probably another 50 yards and said, "What was that?" So I flipped around, pulled a U-turn right in the middle of the road. There was nobody coming either way, and drove by really slow just past where he was, and he was gone. And it happened to be a section where there was like a hillside there and kind of an embankment. There was a construction area a little while there, but if it was like, a little old man who looked like he was hobbling along, and it looked like he was carrying like a cloth bag, kind of akin to the newer style reusable grocery bags, but not quite. This looked like an old school bag. And he was dressed really old looking, but he had no face whatsoever. It was just pale white, smooth. And I remember just freaking out. And like I said, I turned around, and when I went and looked for him, he was completely gone. I couldn't see him down any of the ditches. Where this particular part was, there's kind of a moundy hillside, so he didn't have anywhere to go unless he sprinted. And I don't think he was going to sprint. Yeah, so I couldn't find anything, and I remember just thinking, I wasn't scared at the time. And upon Googling it, Faceless Men Ghost, I guess it's a fairly common sight throughout the USA, and I guess there's some kind of a ghost or an entity that doesn't have a presence, where it steals things from other people, clothing and mannerisms, but never has a direct face. So I don't know if that's what I saw. I know San Diego Canyon is loaded with ghost stories and cryptid stories. Tons of people have died up and down that highway. Or if it was just an old homeless man who maybe had some facial disfigurement or had a mask over his face and was, living in the construction site that was down there, or a long, long walk to because there's nothing out there. I mean, you're a long, long way before you get to a house. I mean, even Irvine Lake's a good, 45-minute walk probably from where this guy was. So I don't know, just a creepy story. I got creeped out, not overly scared, but just kind of like, wow, there's something you don't see every day. What was that? That guy had no face, and he was like paying no attention to headlights or anything. I mean, if I was walking down the road and headlights kind of hit me and the car kind of slowed down, I think I'd probably look right at him or wave or something, but he just kept on going. Anyway, so that's my ghost story. I've got a few more I can share. Please like and subscribe, and everybody have a happy, safe Halloween. Thanks.